Greetings everybody, my name is Endigo and welcome to my channel. And lately, for whatever reason, there's been a lot of interest in getting to know, hey Endigo, what channels do you watch? Hey Endigo, what channels could you recommend me? But Endigo, who are your favorite YouTubers? So you know what? Fine, I hear you loud and clear. After watching a video from Boogie2988 a little while ago, where he talked about some YouTube channels that he watches every upload from, I thought I'd make this video, basically just telling you about 10 different YouTube channels that I really love and watch basically every single time they upload. Now, a big disclaimer, there are going to be some quite obvious channels that I do watch a lot. For example, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Game Grumps, all these cool guys, and some other big channels out there who I won't mention because everybody watched them. I am gonna be mentioning some big channels, but more than that, I want to give spotlight to some a little bit smaller channels that are still, you know, way bigger than my channel in most cases, but aren't really on the PewDiePie kind of level, because I feel like there's a lot of good stuff out there, except from just the biggest of the biggest channels. Maybe you'll find something that you didn't know about that you might come to enjoy as well, who knows. Here we go, I'm about to bring you the 10 YouTube channels that I watch every time they upload, that you may or may not have heard of. Let's go. Oh, and by the way, these channels are in no particular order. It doesn't go from worst to best or best to worst, it's just an order. Channel number 1 is a little thing called Easy Allies. So if you have been following me for a while, you might know that I am a big fan of these guys. Easy Allies is basically this bunch of guys who do let's plays and reviews and previews and a lot of podcasts. They have, I don't even know, they have a bunch of video game podcasts that go every week or every other week. And my favorite one, the big one, is the Easy Allies podcast, which goes live every Friday. And they basically talk about gaming news, and they all have a very kind of family, a friend circle kind of vibe to them. You get to understand everybody's personality quite early on if you start watching their stuff and listening to them. So if you're into video games and video game news, you might already know them, but if you're like super nerdy about like the industry and like stuff like that, definitely check out Easy Allies. They're one of my favorite channels out there. Shout out to all of them.
I wrote one for you.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Wow. So.
Okay. Number 2 is a little channel called Icarus. Icarus is a guy from the UK who basically also does game reviews. He's so funny and he puts so much time into the editing in a kind of John Tron, angry video game nerd, that kind of comedy, peanut butter gamer style. He's not one of the biggest guys out there. He has like 500,000 subs, but I've been following him for years and years, and I think he's extremely smart, extremely funny, such a talented video editor and director, and has like overall really good production quality in everything he does, but also he's a PlayStation guy, so he basically mostly talks about PS1 and some PS2 and, you know, some other stuff, movies as well, but there's a lot of old school PlayStation in there, which I, as a PlayStation dude, can really appreciate. And also a little bonus trivia, Icarus' video intro song, this 8-bit thing, that one was made by none other than yours truly. I'm not even sure I mentioned that on the channel, but I made Icarus' video intro and video outro a while back just as a one-off kind of 8-bit funny thing, but then he ended up using it as his main intro, so that's quite an honor. Thanks, Caddy.
In fact, 6, why are there even boss battles? Cortex could eat the world, shit it out, and flush it down the toilet. Just kill Crash yourself.
Then, to step aside from gaming a little bit, channel number 3 is a channel called Abroad in Japan. And oh boy, Abroad in Japan has become probably right now, I think, my favorite YouTube channel out of all. So this channel is basically this one guy, Chris Broad, who is a British guy who lives in Japan and is very, he's very bitter, but in a comedy kind of way. And he basically makes videos where he shows off Japan and shows off how weird and funny, or sometimes awesome Japan can be in this really, really well edited videos. His videos are incredible. They're like TV level production, and I think he does basically everything by himself. He's such a good host and such a good YouTuber, and for me or anybody who has an interest in Japan, seeing his videos from like all these places and all these weird experiences he has, even if you're not that interested in Japan, definitely check out one of his videos. They are so good, so well done, and he's such a great host, such a funny guy. Definitely shout out to our brother in Japan.
He's a really nice man.
Sitting man.
He's a sitting man. Sitting man. That's what he does as the emperor, he just sits, doesn't he?
Next up, channel number 4 is a channel called Metal Jesus Rocks. And I'm not sure if anybody here has actually heard of this guy, but Metal Jesus, oh my god, is one of the YouTubers I've been following the longest. Metal Jesus is a guy from the US, I think Seattle-ish. I don't know, I don't really know US that well. I'm not sure how old he is, but definitely in his 40s, I think. And he's like this tall, long-haired, beardy, kind of semi-heavy, but still really cool guy who basically talks about games, and mostly retro games. He has like this huge game room where he films all his videos, and he talks about like PSP hidden gems, Neo Geo hidden gems. Really nerdy retro gaming stuff. And he also does a little bit of Let's Plays and a little bit of music talk. I don't know what it is about Metal Jesus, but I've been watching his videos for years, and he's also one of my favorite channels out there. I think it's just he does not look like your average gaming YouTuber. In fact, I've never seen anybody in the YouTube gaming sphere who looks anything like him, but he's so smart and so funny and like very knowledgeable and such a great host. Great channel if you're into gaming, especially retro gaming. Even if you don't normally watch people in their 40s with a beard who talks about gaming, check him out. It's a really good channel.
Well, good. And today we are going to bring you a video about PS2 expensive games. How are you feeling about this, Jason?
I'm excited because, you know, I often don't know what are the more expensive and rare games.
Right.
Moving on to channel number 5, I'm gonna talk about the biggest of them all. Literally, Jim fucking Sterling's son. Oh man, where do I begin? What can I say about Jim Sterling that Jim Sterling hasn't already said about himself? Jim Sterling is, I guess, a game journalist, but he's the biggest showman, both literally and metaphorically, in the entire YouTube gaming journalist sphere thing. He does some Let's Plays, some reviews, but his main thing is a show he puts on every Monday called the Jimquisition, where he basically talks about some controversy that's been going on in the gaming industry for the past week, but he does it in such a spot-on, comedic, satirical, almost mean way, but it makes so good points. Even if the stuff he says can be quite nerdy for those who aren't into the game industry, which luckily I happen to be. His charisma, his persona, I can't even describe it. He's such a good entertainer. Just go watch him. He also makes a podcast every week called The Podquisition together with Laura Kate Dale and Gavin of Miracle of Sound, and it's such a good podcast. It's technically a gaming podcast, but if any of this sounds interesting, please go check out Jim Sterling and check out the podcast as well. It's a thing. It's really good. It's really good.
Jim Sterling being a filthy fucking casual top cack. Who'd have thought?
Number 6 is gonna be the biggest channel yet, and this is a channel I assume most of you guys have heard of, but that channel's name is The Game Theorists, and I assume most of you know who they are. Game Theory, run by MatPat. I've been following this channel since they had not even 1 million subs, which is still kind of much, I guess, but they have like closer to 10 million now. Even though I don't watch every single video on these channels because they have a lot of different shows, whenever they do an actual game theory, oh my god, they are so good, they are so well edited, and some of the best videos I've ever seen on YouTube are from the Game Theory show. And MatPat, the host and creator and writer, he's probably the smartest guy I've ever seen in the world. He's so smart. I'm not gonna go on for too long about Game Theory because, again, it's a huge channel and I assume most people watching know about them, but I really wanted to give Game Theory a shout out due to the hard work MatPat and his team has put in over the years, and the fact that I have been following the Game Theory channel for many years now. So yeah, Game Theory, good shit.
And I'll be back when I finally have this thing solved and that big revelation hits. Because until then, it's all just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Next one, number 7, is a singer called Caleb Hiles. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Caleb Hiles is a singer and a guy I discovered not too long ago, actually. And he, oh man, he has got to be one of the best singers, modern singers I've heard at all, I think. He basically has a really high-pitched, kind of rock, metal-y kind of voice, but does all kinds of covers, mostly video game covers and like anime covers, and he's just such a good singer. I can't emphasize that enough. He did this one Naruto cover that I actually thought was a Japanese guy singing until I saw him and I was like, what? Then he has this Undertale Megalovania cover, which is like, holy crap. Oh my god. For me as a singer myself, I really honestly aspire to someday be as good of a singer as he is. But if you want to see a guy on YouTube who makes like literally the best vocal covers probably on this platform, check out Caleb Hiles, especially video game covers and anime covers, and some other cool covers as well. Most of it is like rock, punk, metal-y. Yeah, check him out. Fantastic singer.
Can you feel the
Next one, number 8. This is a huge channel, but the twist is it's a channel I don't think basically anybody watching my stuff is actually watching, and this is of course the one, the only Heqiang TV. Heqiang, for those who do not know, is Japan's biggest YouTuber, or like top YouTuber alongside Hajime Shacho. Heqiang got famous from doing like a Mario beatboxing thing many years ago that you might have seen, but now he basically does daily vlogs and like daily stuff on his channel, Heqiang TV, and his stuff is so much fun. He's like, if he was like English speaking, I swear to God, he would be one of the biggest YouTubers in the entire world. And the fact that he has over 5 million subscribers only in Japan says quite a bit in my book. Now, to be fair, I do not understand 100% of what happens in his videos, just because I do not speak that good Japanese. But I probably understand about half actually, because I've been learning quite a bit this year. And that has made me really appreciate his videos. He's so funny. He's such a good entertainer. The videos are often really good. And what I really like about it is that he like mixes like random YouTube challenges and stuff like that with gaming, with putting on these really big spectacles every now and then. For instance, he made a video just a few days ago where he like put on this huge fireworks thing with his friends, and the entire video is basically just them jumping in front of the fireworks, and that sounded kind of boring when I looked at the thumbnail, but the video is incredible, and it's just so good. If you want to see one of the world's biggest YouTubers that you've probably never actually heard of, Heqiang TV is an incredible channel, incredible entertainer, just a really good YouTuber, but everything is in Japanese with like English jokes every now and then. So might be difficult to understand if you don't know any Japanese, I guess. But if you know a little bit, at least, go check out Heqiang. Great channel. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last two, and number 9 is gonna be a YouTuber that I thought about not including on this list initially, but I decided I had to, because this is a YouTuber and a YouTube channel that has helped me so much on a private matter, not like directly to me, but like watching these videos. Some of them have like really helped me to evolve as a person and like to really come to terms with being myself, and like really, I don't know, it's really helped me spiritually in a way, and that channel is Markiplier. Now, I know I said in the beginning that I'm not gonna mention any of the big ones, but I'm gonna give a special pass to Markiplier. And yeah, his Let's Plays are really funny, and you know, I love remixing his voice and all that stuff. That's really good. That's not what I'm talking about him though. But he makes these vlogs every now and then where he talks about life and his channel and how he's changing and things he's gone through, and you know, what really matters in life and what really matters to him, and like things he's experienced and how that changed him as a person. And all of these videos that are not the most common videos he makes, these are, in my opinion, on an entirely different level spiritually than his Let's Plays. And just for that fact alone of him making those videos, if you watch Markiplier regularly, you probably know which videos I mean. Those videos alone, I had to include him, despite being so big on this list of channels I watch regularly, because whenever one of those videos, vlogs, kind of things, milestone, whatever's come out, I like pause everything, watch it, and I never regret it. So cheers, Markiplier.
To make sure that this world is better than when we left it. We have an obligation to know that the future generations that come after us are going to live happier lives than we did today.
And that brings me to number 10. And number 10 is gonna be a channel that is also way bigger than most channels on here, not on the Markiplier level, but it's a channel I watched for many years, and it's a channel that's been getting a lot of hate lately, and I guess I can kind of see why the haters do hate, but personally I don't agree with them. But it's still a channel that I've gotten so much entertainment from over so many years, and it's just a really good channel, and that channel is Angry Joe Show. Angry Joe is at core a video game reviewer, but his like shtick is that he gets like really angry and starts yelling at the reviews when things are bad. But there's so much more to it. He's such a good entertainer. He brings these other people, other Joe and some other people onto the channel, and they have such good chemistry. But he also does like unboxings and like long form reviews and Let's Plays, and it's all really good. He's just a really fun guy, very smart. They all have very good opinions and very good chemistry. It's just good channel to watch. Now, he has been getting a lot of flack lately for not doing as many of his reviews, the angry reviews with like all the cosplays and editing and things that got him famous in the first place. And while I do understand that people want to see that, I think the rest of his content is equally funny. Maybe like not as, it doesn't look as expensive, and I guess it isn't, but it's still good stuff, and I subscribe for him. And like, if you want to find a cool game reviewer who does something out of the ordinary kinda, and who also, aside from just the reviews, has like a really cool kind of community thing on his channel with all the other people on the channel, check out Angry Joe. Damn it.
On my tape, there was no Dropbox. Nice old lady. Okay, I'm just gonna leave the tape here then.
There we go, that was 10 channels that I watch basically every single time they upload. There were so many more channels I could have included, but this video is really, really long already, so I kind of wanted to keep it to a minimum, I guess. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a comment and let me know, because I'd love to do these kind of videos more. There are so many YouTubers I kind of want to bring to the light. Not saying that I'm like the best to do it, since my channel is not that big, although I am dangerously close to 90,000 subscribers, and it wasn't even a week since I made my thanks for 70k video, so I don't even know what my life is anyway, but yeah, it's all good fun. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me know down in the comments if you know any of these channels before, if you watched them, if you started watching any of these channels after seeing this video, or like what you think of life in general. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and guys, till next time, peace!